5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two white Muslims.
Go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
My name's Junaid Rahim,
And my name's Mohammed Yusuf Bashforth.
and affectionately we're known as
The Two White Muslims. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. We're back again.
Again.
Do these days ever finish?
These days never finish. These days are brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah, look forward to these.
Oh my goodness me! It's it's just end to end.
Yes,
It's non-stop. It's like 24/7
it is absolutely
at
non-stop.
the moment.
Yes.
I just can't. I don't know. My feet never touch the ground.
We try
I don't
and
know what we're
fit
doing.
our real life jobs, which we do just to pay the bills, in between all of this fun stuff.
All of this stuff that we do about 24/7.
Yes.
So we don't get much time for our real jobs.
Nope, never stops.
However, we have to do them.
Yes, every now
here
and
we go.
again.
Here we go. Every now and again. My missus demands
That's
shoes.
the thing. That's the thing.
Demands handbags.
Yes.
And that's all I'm there for.
To be fair, the bank still wants me to pay for my house.
Spoil sports.
Yeah.
They
Whenever
are.
somebody comes to the door and says, "Is this your house?" No, it's the bank's.
No.
Come back in 23
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, exactly. No, it doesn't belong to me. I'm just renting it. Yeah, it's called a mortgage, but it's just rent.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, I'm renting it, but I get a share of the equity. How
Yes.
cool!
Yes. At some point in the very distant future.
If there is any.
Yes.
Subhanallah.
Oh, crikey.
So what's been going on
Well,
today? What's happening?
We have a list.
Do we have a list?
We have a list.
I'm looking forward to this
And
list.
it's a fun list. It's a fun one.
They usually are.
Yes.
And if they're not, we
absolutely.
make them that
Well,
way.
we make them that. Exactly. Exactly. I want to consider park benches.
Okay,
Yes. Benches in parks.
I get that.
Yes.
It's where you can have a park bench in your name, can't you?
can. Oh, you
yeah, and
can.
people often do, when they lose a loved one,
Yes.
they have a park bench
Yes.
in the loved one's name.
Yes,
Nice.
especially if
What a
they.
nice touch.
I think it's absolutely lovely if they
Yeah.
frequented that area, or if you now frequent that area, you sit down. It'll, especially when it's to a husband and wife.
Yeah.
Doris and Jack.
Bernard.
Yeah, used to sit on this bench. You think,
Oh,
oh,
bless
so
them.
sweet. That is lovely.
Bless them.
So, considering park benches, John Lewis have launched a. It's one of those things. But I don't know if it's good or bad. They've launched a service. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Okay.
I need to discuss.
Well, let's talk about
I need
it.
to discuss and find out.
I'll tell you whether it's good or
Exactly,
bad because I
exactly.
will have an opinion.
Oh, I'm looking for it because I'm not sure on this one. It's a weird one because you can link it almost to the American mentality of the assumption is that at some point you're going to be successful
Okay.
and therefore you may well benefit from it.
Yep.
So it might be good. But then
Yep.
on the other side, you think, this is absolutely terrible.
Okay.
But we'll see. We shall see.
We'll see.
We shall see.
John Lewis. It's about time they did something. They need to do something.
They do need
They need to do something quick
Yes.
as well.
Yep.
High streets are struggling, you know.
They are.
What was it the other day I heard about Debenhams?
Oh.
Oh, massive fall in profits.
Oh, really?
Massive. And I'm thinking, the writing's on the wall here.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
Gone are the days of, are you being served?
They think, I know,
Department
I
stores.
know.
Even though they were the
Mrs.
be all and end all.
Slocum.
Mrs. Slocum.
What was that fella called?
Uh,
John.
Mr. Humphreys?
So it was, yeah, Mr. Humphreys. But what was
Humphreys?
his name? John.
free.
Yeah, what was his name? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I don't know.
That was funny.
But it
anyway.
was funny.
Funny
And
70s sitcoms again.
yes, and very, very, very stereotypical of the time.
Of the time, yeah.
I can remember. Well, I can remember going to Lewis's in Sheffield. I can also remember going to. I don't know which one it was. Which one would it have been? Would it be Coles? Might have been Coles.
I don't
Cole
know.
Brothers.
I know John Lewis in
Yeah.
Sheffield because I've been there myself.
Yeah.
But also there's House of Fraser
Yeah.
at Meadow Hell.
Yes. yeah,
Hall, sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Hall, Meadow.
I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking back to before.
No, I was
Meadow
right
Hell
first
was
time.
built.
Meadow Hell.
Yes,
It is.
yes.
Because that's what it's like to me. My missus, it's her heaven.
I can well imagine.
It's her heaven, and it's my hell, unfortunately.
Yes.
Agreed. One step in that place is a step in the wrong direction for me.
Confirmed.
Yeah, the M1 is a great place, other than when it takes you
Takes
there.
you there, absolutely,
Yeah. It's a
absolutely.
great place when it's taking you out of there and back up north.
crikey.
But yeah, it's a hellish place to be.
It is.
Hellish place, and
It
it
is.
usually costs me an arm and a leg
Yep.
when we go there.
I remember-
Rather, my missus goes there.
Yes, being Sheffield Border, I remember when they built that place.
Yep.
And it has.
So do I, and I remember specifically because is it true, or was it just my imagination that Sheffield died when that place got built?
It had a big problem, had a massive problem, because before that you had Fargate and the Moor.
Yeah.
And Fargate was a shopping precinct,
Yeah.
pedestrian precinct, and the Moor was a pedestrian precinct. And then the road that joined them was always busy because people walking in between the Moor and Fargate.
Yep.
And it just died a death. Just died a death. And now you still had people in the city centre because they worked there.
Yep.
But you didn't really have people going into the city to shop.
No.
But that had already been killed off because people didn't use buses anymore. When they used buses, it was very, very convenient. When
then
they didn't use buses, getting into Sheffield and parking is a nightmare.
But Sheffield spent hundreds of millions of pounds on a tram system, didn't they?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and did that work? Was it worth
Well, it worked in the regard of everywhere it went, it tidied up. So it went through, shall we say, some of the most, I don't want to say deprived, that's the wrong phrase.
Wait a minute.
Are you having a slurp? You're having a slurp. There we go. Oh, I know. We need it.
Cup of
this
tea.
time in the morning, we need it.
Cup of tea.
But
Best thing ever.
Supertram. Everywhere it went, it tidied it up.
Yep.
So it took what were, unsightly areas of Sheffield.
Yeah.
If the Supertram went there, it tidied it up and made it really, 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 really nice. So in that regard, you could say it served a purpose.
Yeah.
Because what it actually fueled was an awful lot of residential areas on the outskirts that were then on the Supertram route, and also what would have been in, don't know if I fancy that, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
So it changed it. It improved a lot of places.
So anyway, that's House of Fraser.
No,
sorry, it's John Lewis.
John Lewis. Sorry, I've done that one. We haven't finished that. We're going to consider cushions.
Cushions.
We are. We're also going to consider. Now, if I say the word chugging to you, would you know what chugging is?
I would.
Go on.
Yes, it's where a charity worker.
Yes.
It's like mugging, but for charity.
For charity.
Yes.
Charity mugging.
Yes.
Charity mugging.
I know all about it.
There's been, because we do an awful lot of work for charity.
We do. Yeah.
But we actually do.
Whoever she is.
Yeah, we
I haven't met her yet.
We actually do. So this is a little bit...
Is she related to Mercedes?
Possibly. Hey up, Porsche!
Stop it now, stop it. That was last week.
Yes.
That was last week, stop it.
Oh, dear. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at some reports that have come out. We're also going to consider, which is very apt, given that there seems to be a resurgence in Close Encounter of the Third Kind has been on TV about 8 times of late.
Right, okay.
And so I put it on saying, this is great. It's fantastic. And then the kids watching it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you forget, it's a Spielberg movie. Why would they not love that?
It's like E.T. Everybody loves E.T. for the same reason. It's him. He's just magical.
Yes,
he makes it magic.
It's just brilliant.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, there's been UFOs spotted above Manchester.
Okay.
So I want to have a little discuss about that. I want to have a little chat about that. And then...
I need to add something to your list.
Oh, go on.
Chess.
Chess.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about chess. We will talk about chess. Yeah. And also, you think you're having a bad day? Get ready.
Has somebody had a bad day?
Somebody's had
a
very bad day.
Oh, bless them.
Nothing to do with F-14, F-15,
F-16.
F-16 fighter jets. Get ready. You think you're having a bad day?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wow.
No.
Antique jelly moulds.
Antique jelly moulds.
Talk about those as well.
Are on the list. But as I say, you think you're having a bad day, get ready.
Okay. Right.
Get ready.
Do you know, I'm looking forward to this list. This is a list of fun and frivolity already.
It is. That's us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's us.
But do you know what? Contractually,
yes.
Before we do any of that list,
we must
press this button
and do this
right here, right now.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
Oh,
these breaks aren't long enough.
I know.
I can't catch my breath.
Never long enough.
Oh dear me. So have we got something else to go to? Another item on this?
It is. Now, if I was to say to you UFO, what's it stand for?
Unidentified flying object.
Yes. Now there's plenty of flying objects. There's plenty of FOs.
Yeah.
There's plenty of FOs.
Loads of them.
Yes.
Loads of them. You got planes.
Yeah.
Helicopters.
Microlights.
Stars. Yeah.
The sun.
It's all up there. Yeah.
The moon.
The They're flying around.
They're flying
With
around.
reckless abandon, yes.
Yeah, as somebody said, oh, I saw a UFA. It went from green to amber to red. No, I think you'll find that was a traffic
light.
Well, there have been UFOs, so that's flying objects that are of the unidentified variety.
Okay.
Flying, where do you think?
Well, you mentioned this
I did
one.
mention it.
Yeah. And I can hardly believe it.
Me neither.
And if we looked up now, would we see them?
Well, apparently, because mysterious lights have been spotted.
Do you have to? Is it only happens at night? Why is it UFOs only come at night?
Yes, that's a very good question.
I want to know the answer to that. So next time I meet an alien, I'm going to ask him.
We're going to ask.
Why do you only ever come down here at night?
Yes.
Yeah.
How's that work?
I don't want to frighten people.
Yes.
Well,
or are they
excuse me,
sky
you
coloured?
Just did.
And if they're sky coloured, why do they have lights on them?
Yeah.
Why do they feel the need to have a light on it? Seriously. If I mean, when we're driving around, we have lights on so we don't bump into people. Are they scared they're going to get hit by an F-16 fighter jet? Not a Belgian one, to keep blowing each other up.
As you're driving around in Europe,
Yep.
you have to have your lights on.
Is that during the day, isn't it?
Yeah. Certain parts of Europe.
Yes. Did Volvo start that?
I think they did.
Or
because in where are they made?
Sweden. Yes.
Because that's quite north, isn't it?
It is.
So you get dark days, don't you? For many, many hours.
Yes.
So during winter you can have. Is it up to 24 hours of?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. Yes, actually, it would make sense.
You get that in Iceland and Norway.
Yes.
I don't think it's the case in Sweden, but
Yes.
it's not far off.
But it's just safer
you
to have your lights on.
To have your lights on, even during the day.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, I get that if a UFO has its lights on during the day.
To be fair, yes, because apparently it's,
I'll give it that.
the law. But mysterious lights have been spotted over parts of Greater Manchester, and people have apparently lots of theories.
Oh, really?
Shall we explore a few? Right, the strange spotlight-like lights were spotted in the sky by people in Gorton, Stockport and Tameside. That's a lot of different places.
It is.
This isn't one or two people. There is a video, because there isn't normally.
Okay.
But UFOs is something where there is a video, and there's one picture of Bigfoot.
Okay.
Lights in the skies above Manchester. So mysterious white lights have been spotted
How
in the
many
sky.
people have got phones
Well, that's the thing. Lots.
that's capable of taking video? So how many people saw this thing?
Well, that I don't know, but there is video on here.
Is there?
Yes.
Right. I would expect hundreds of videos.
Well, yes.
Because I'd expect hundreds of people to have seen it if it's over a populated.
Populated.
That'll do.
Yes.
I'll buy that.
Populated Poppins.
Populated area. I'd expect hundreds of people to see it, and all have the phones out, taking videos of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it says social media sites were full of videos and photos of the bizarre
so maybe they did
spectacle.
then.
Absolutely. Hey, listen. Yeah.
I should wait for you to read.
You should, because the strange circles of light were reported by scores of people.
There you go.
Is that
I was
dozens
right.
or 20s?
Scores, 20s.
20, isn't it? Three score, yeah. Three score you and 10. 70 years.
70 years.
That's it. People of Gorton, Denton, Droylsden and parts of Stockport.
I know all those areas.
Around 8:30. Me too.
I know all of them.
But I didn't realise Denton was real, because wasn't Denton where Jack Frost was done from A Touch of Frost?
I don't know.
Wasn't that in Denton?
I don't know, was it?
Always looked a
but
bit
Denton
miserable.
is real.
Yes.
It absolutely is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as social media sites were full of videos. Some suggested the lights were from a circus or from a film or television crew shooting at night. Okay. Other more outlandish theories suggested the spotlights in the sky could be from a UFO. Well, they are from a UFO.
Yeah.
In the truest sense of the word, because they're flying objects that are unidentified. So they're not from a UFO, they are a UFO. Until they're just an FO, they are a UFO.
IFO.
Yes.
Unidentified flying object.
Yes, until they become an IFO, they are a UFO. One Facebook user posting a video said...
some of these people are just FO.
Yes, absolutely, yes. UFO activity over Gorton Park. Okay. And there's pictures and those all about. The strange lights were spotted in Gorton. But they are unidentified until they're identified.
Yeah.
So to say, I think there might be UFOs. No, they are.
You get a lot of pilots reporting stuff like this, don't you?
You do.
And you get astronauts.
You do.
People who've been so high
Buzzed.
up. Buzzed
Yes.
is the word, isn't it?
Yes.
And you get loads of those reporting stuff like this.
You do.
And it's difficult to know who to believe.
Yep.
Yeah. And who are we? Who are we? We don't know everything, do we?
Exactly.
There's there's all manner of things.
Well,
yeah, and it's not our place to know these things.
Close
We're not
Encounters of
designed to know
the Third
everything.
Kind has found itself on television because it comes on a channel and then it comes on another channel and then it comes on another channel. So it's been on loads. It's a documentary.
Okay.
You could. I mean, to be fair, and that's where.
I think at this juncture, I think you need to drink more coffee.
I think so. But this is where it
Wake
gets a little
yourself
bit
out of this dream state that you appear to have got yourself into.
But if you go the opposite way on that, if there were real, let's say, alien craft, because the UFO is just unidentified. What they mean is an alien
Aliens.
craft. If
Coming
there was
to
a real alien craft, let's be honest, and it landed, we'd say it's amazing what they can do with makeup.
Yeah.
Nobody believe it.
Wouldn't believe a word of it, would you?
So, in films, when they always have the willing suspension of disbelief, where somebody goes, oh, what, you mean the world's coming to an end? Or, oh, he's a superhero, he can fly. No, you just say, nah, it's not real. That. Oh, this house is haunted. Nah, it's got creepy pipes.
It's not.
But the house is just a get out. It's gas.
No,
we'd just find, you know what I mean? We'd just find
Yeah. I read a book, and I'm racking my brains now trying to think of the author, but... he was absolutely convinced that he had been abducted by aliens.
Really?
Convinced.
Wow.
And he went as far as having the military do all of the lie detector tests on him.
Really?
And the military proved that he was telling the truth.
Telling the truth.
Yes, he
was.
His version
He
was absolutely telling the truth.
Right.
And he talks about missing time experience as being one of the telltale signs.
Yeah.
So it's where you're going about your day, and then all of a sudden several hours has disappeared, and you don't know where that several hours has gone.
Wow.
But you have haunting flashbacks.
Really?
From something that you believe happened during that time period.
Yes.
Now, what were we saying before about doing this show? It's like, is that not like a missing time?
It is.
And we're in Manchester, and I'm getting worried now. I'm getting worried.
Well, I was just wondering, was he mate a big drinker?
No.
Because I know a few of them who'll say, I had a missing time experience last night. Did you? Was it?
Really?
Was it after the 14th pint? Was it
down the pub? Was it?
Yes. Was it? Was it really? I keep getting haunting flashbacks of things that people told me I did. Oh yeah.
Really?
You should listen to the Two White Muslims. They'll tell you what not to do.
They'll tell you what not to. One of those things he'd drink.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Stop it.
Don't do it.
But no, missing time experience is one of the things that, and it's commonly reported amongst people who report they have had a connection, they have had a meeting with or a interaction with a alien species, alien being.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I have interactions with alien beings every time I go uptown. So on a Saturday, if you look at these people, they're like zombies.
I know.
Look into the eyes of some of these people.
Oh my goodness!
Hello, is there anybody in there?
Oh my goodness! Hello.
You could
McFly.
You could be forgiven.
McFly.
You could be forgiven, couldn't you?
Well, do you know what the final conclusion was?
Go on.
I just think, it's amazing. According to Network Rail.
Okay.
The tamping train is laser guided, which is why people could see a blue light in the sky. So Network Rail saying, so's that.
Laser guided?
Yep. The high output ballast cleaner uses lasers to mark out an exclusion zone for the workforce. Isn't that amazing? Do you know what I say to that? Conspiracy.
I don't believe a word
That's
of it.
Just, they've got to him. They've got to him.
Whoever they are.
The men in black have got to Network Rail. They've put that little red light in front of their eyes.
That flash. You're going to remember nothing.
You remember nothing. Flash. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Fantastic.
So yeah, UFOs over Manchester. Who'd have thought?
Space aliens.
Who'd have thought?
Over Manchester.
Yes.
Who indeed?
And Network Rail are in on it.
And and our missing time experience in this very studio. No, I don't get many flashbacks though, do you?
Nope. We well, when because we put this together as a podcast. When we then listen to the podcast, well, I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember saying that.
Where
When did we say that? Who was that?
Who was that then?
Who was that? What day was that on? We just said Monday.
Was
Really?
Was that you?
Can't remember any of it. Just falls out of your mouth and then it's dead to me.
Gone.
Those words, gone. Dead to me. Just send them into the ether. I don't know why we record them. It's ridiculous. Nobody wants to hear this a second time. Especially us.
Especially us. That
said, if you do want to...
Yeah, actually, let's just do that, shall we?
Yes.
That said, if you do want to listen to this again,
yes,
we do record this.
We do.
We do take out some of the best bits.
We do.
Which is literally seconds.
No, we take out some of the worst bits, and what's left is the best bits. So the 3-hour show comes about a minute.
About 4 minutes, yeah, if we're lucky. But we podcast all the best bits.
We podcasted.
And if you want to go onto our YouTube channel, which is
that's the best place to catch it.
And then you type in 2 White Muslims, that's
TWO,
White Muslims. Check us out on YouTube.
Yes.
And while you're there, why don't you press that red button that says
subscribe.
And it doesn't cost you anything to do that.
Yes.
Doesn't commit you to anything to do that. Nor does it, as we are led to believe, it does not cause premature death.
Now, we're not going to be held on that one.
If it does cause you to prematurely die,
don't be running to us.
Don't come knocking on our door.
Nope.
All right.
That will not be allowed. Now, if you happen, now I'm going to cheat now.
Okay.
This just to save me having to cut anything in when I make this into a podcast. If you are listening on the podcast and you are listening on YouTube, do press that red subscribe button while you're there. If you're on Spotify or you're on iTunes, because you can also hear it there, go to YouTube. Oh dear,
Junaid,
shameless.
Junaid.
Shameless.
That coffee is not making itself.
That's true. Whilst I'm prattling on, it's that
coffee is not making itself, my friend. I think it's time for you to go.
Oh dear.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
How come? One of us or both are usually giggling. People are thinking, what do they do? What do they do before they come on air?
I'm not prepared to say.
Yes, not prepared to say.
Whilst on air.
Yes. Oh,
if you want to know, send us an email and I'll IM you back.
Yes. Or, as we were discussing the other day, I'll send you a handwritten letter.
That's what, a handwritten letter. In somebody else's handwriting.
In somebody else's handwriting.
No, I'll IM you back, whatever that means, if I find out what it means.
It means I'm
you.
It's like people in IT. You good at it?
It.
What?
What's it?
That sounds moderately rude.
What are you good at? It.
I'm good at it. I'm good at it.
I'm good at it.
Do you mean IT?
Stop it now.
Oh,
I'm good at it.
Lordy. Now, yes, we were. Do you know? We were. we were going to talk about John Lewis.
Yeah, we were.
We were going to talk about John Lewis because they've done something. And I don't know if it's good or bad.
I'm intrigued.
Yes.
I want to know.
Yes. But if
like
you consider,
I said, I am going to decide
yes.
one way or the other.
No doubt. I'm a little pendulum swinging from one to the other. I'm just not sure. But if we how would you sum
quite
up?
Typical of you.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Are you continuing with the meds?
Yes, still on the meds. I used to be indecisive, but now
no, I can't make my mind up. Can't make my mind up.
And I've got a memory like, go on. One of them.
One of those things. For
one of those things with
stuff.
holes in it. One of them. A colander. That's it. Got a memory like a colander.
Or a sieve.
If you like. If you and your big words. You're showing off and you and your big words. Mind you, colander.
How do you spell it? SIV.
Yes. SIV, standing value. Standing, that's a car. It's standing value.
Standing value.
Changes that every day.
Does it?
Yeah. What's it stood at? What's it owe me? What's it owe me that? What's it stood at? Standing value.
Course. Yeah.
And you think, well, what did you bring it in at? Well, I bought it in at $7,000. That's not what it owes me. Why not? Because it's been stood there a month. I've had to pay stocking charges on it.
Different way of looking at stuff, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Different way.
Yeah. I've had to put 2 new tyres on it.
Wow.
So what I bought for it, what I paid for it, is not the standing value.
Do you buy new tyres or do you buy second-hand ones?
Well, me, or if you're working in a motor dealership.
You.
Me. You see, I always used to buy new.
Yeah.
And then I was out with you and I was about to buy new and you went, no. And you took me to a man.
Yep.
And he did part worn and my brain went, what? And we went, and what were they? New.
They were pretty
new.
well almost
They
new
were
Michelin
new.
tyres.
They were new.
They were.
And he was like, well, I need Michelin. He went, there you go, there's 2.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. How much were they? Fitted?
Fitted, was it 70 quid the pair?
Yeah, 35 quid a piece.
35 quid each. And they were like new, they'd still got the bits of thing on them.
I know those bits of spiky rubber that are around the sides.
Yeah.
That never been
Never
rubbed
seen
off.
anything like it.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Never seen anything like it. So yes, but then recently, I took my car in because I had the alloy wheels done, and they went, you need new tyres, and I went, no problem, I'll go and get them. They went, no, you won't. We can't give you the car back. I went, I'll have
Was it that bad?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it had gone a little bit. It was a little bit bald, shall we say?
Ouch.
I remember once it was with a company car, but. Because with a company car, you just, basically, if you want it cleaning, you take it for a service.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not your money. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
But what I can't be bothered doing
Those luxuries are a thing of the past for me.
Oh, tell me about it. Same here. Absolutely. But what I couldn't be bothered doing is changing tyres. Mm-hmm. But every now and again, like the back end, I get a bit twitchy, and you think, I wonder if that's maybe because there's no tread back there.
When you say twitchy,
yes.
Was it moving side to side?
It was moving side to side, exactly. I looked like a drag car.
Instead of just forwards.
Yes. Going around roundabouts was a gamble.
Steady. We might have constabulary
Absolutely.
listening
Well,
into
this was a long time ago. There's a statute of limitations.
And I'm not talking about myself.
Not talking about myself.
It's a friend of mine.
Yes, it was somebody of my age, just like me.
Yeah. Similar name too.
Yes, yeah. And Denade. No, I took the car in, and they actually put it up on, that lifts the whole car up.
Oh yeah.
To go around and inspect and I was sat in the thing. I got my laptop out. And the bloke went. He knocked on the window. He went, "Come and have a look at this." And he went and he pointed up, and the tyre had split, and there was wire sticking out of it. I'm like, "Is it meant to look like that?" And he was like, "No." He said, "Talk about the cusp of something incredibly dangerous."
Ouch.
I was like, so there's not supposed to be wire poking at me? No. Ooh. So I'm a little bit more careful now. Yes. Now it's my own. Now it's my own car. Yes. And I'm bothered about it. But if you were to sum up a department store, certainly the department store of the past, what would you say was its overriding, if you like, kind of selling point? What's its unique selling point?
USP?
Yeah.
Everything under one roof.
Everything under one roof.
Yeah. And it's all available. It's all there. On the shop floor. You can touch it, feel it, smell it. You can taste it. It's all there.
Brilliant.
And usually, back in the day, the staff were quite helpful. And you don't get much of that anymore.
You don't. So what you're saying is that it was convenient.
Yep.
Because everything was under one roof.
Yep.
And the service levels were superior to what you would expect elsewhere.
Yes.
Right. John Lewis are trying to bring that back.
Okay. I'm quite happy with that.
There you go, you see. I knew you'd be intrigued.
Yep.
The issue is they're only bringing it back for certain people.
Okay.
Any guess what those people might be?
What do you have to be?
You have to be rich. Rich, I tell you. Rich.
You have to be spending
You have to have wealth beyond the.
So is it like some of these big shops have personal shoppers available?
It's even because personal shoppers, isn't that where you say I want such and such and they go and do it all for you?
They go and get it, yeah.
Yes, it's not even that. You go. I've got to find it. Where is it? Got to find it. You go. You walk round, but the shop is closed to other people.
So it's an exclusive.
It's an exclusive
rich experience.
Yes. Yes. John Lewis to launch £10,000 private shopping service. A new Cheltenham store will offer after-hours service for those willing to spend big. I say wealth beyond the means of avarice or whatever it is. Yeah. Yes.
You are kidding.
10 bags. John Lewis is offering big spenders.
These days is going to spend 10 grand in one shop.
Well, that's the thing. They're expecting somebody. It's offering big spenders the opportunity to get its new Cheltenham shop all to themselves for the evening, as long as they're prepared to put £1,000 into the tills. The private shopping service, where staff will be available after normal shopping hours, specifically to serve individuals, groups of friends or a family, is a step into the territory of luxury boutiques and Bond Street shores, such as Louis Vuitton and Hermes.
Right. I get that when you're shopping in
Louis Vuitton or
boutique shops. Yes.
Yes.
Exclusive boutique. I get that. I understand.
But it's not.
It's a bit like it's so on Pretty Woman, isn't it?
Yes, it's exactly what it is.
And when she says, "Big mistake,
big mistake,
big mistake,"
you get paid on commission. Big mistake. I came in here yesterday. You won't wait on me. They're like, big mistake. Big mistake. Huge.
Yeah.
Yes,
it
is.
Okay. So I have to say, it's going to be a few weeks before I go and afford that.
Yes. Well, the thing is, even if you could afford it, wouldn't you chuck it all in one shop, like you said?
Not a chance.
What
not a chance. I'd want, because anybody can shop there.
Yes.
Under normal circumstances.
Yes.
They can.
Yes.
The fact that they're going to close it off to the rest of the public and allow you an exclusive.
Yes.
So what?
Well, this is where I like it. I'm saying I don't know if I like it or not.
No.
I like the idea of being fabulously wealthy.
I like that idea.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the issue is what you tend to find, and I always remember somebody complaining about when I used to go to Black Horse, Lloyd's head office in. It was in Cockfosters in London. It used to be UDT, and it was Black Horse, motor funding arm of Lloyd's. Mm-hmm. Go to the head office. The board of directors had their own floor, and they had their own special toilet facilities, so that they didn't have to mix with the plebs.
Why would you?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, then, well, I like the idea of it being open just for me. I like that. I like the idea. But even if I was fabulously wealthy, I would still want to mix with people.
Yes.
What this is saying is, fabulously wealthy people don't
want to mix with people.
They want to mix
they
with
want to do it all.
They want to mix with the scum.
No.
I don't want to mix
the
with
plebs. You normal people. You ordinary folk.
Yeah. So it's like
terrible.
Do you know what I mean? And it's this gap. Between the fabulously wealthy. And everybody else.
I'm guessing the likes of who can we say? Fabulously wealthy, but posh and becks.
Yes, that's
a classic example.
Yeah.
Classic example.
They're not going to want to just wander into John Lewis when everybody else is there.
They're not going to buy anything from John Lewis.
Well, that's the thing.
10 grand on the table or not.
Yes.
Which is loose change to them.
Absolutely.
But they're not going to want to buy the stuff in John Lewis.
Can you imagine how many things they have to buy?
She owns her own fashion label.
Yes,
and he models
gets his pants for free, doesn't he?
Absolutely, he does. Yeah.
Well, he does.
Doesn't buy undies anymore.
You don't have to pay for pants.
They're not in his Christmas box, are they?
Yeah. You don't have to pay for pants or aftershave.
He got some pants.
Yeah, can you imagine? What have you got me?
Those for?
I've got you some underwear. What?
What for?
Why? You always seem to be wearing them Beckham ones. They're mine! Why would I not?
I've got you some nice perfume. What?
I've got some lovely aftershave, Dad. Mum, I've got you some lovely perfume. Oh, is it my... No. What? No, they'll be saying, I'm not wearing that. It burns. I'm not wearing mine. I'm not wearing that cheap stuff. It burns.
Oh, crazy.
It stains your collar.
So, in principle.
Like, on one side, I thought, yes, I quite like the idea because...
I like the idea
of
going back to the old-fashioned ways.
And
I like that idea.
Elvis used to have to go into shops after they were shut.
What?
But that was because he'd get mugged.
Absolutely.
He'd get chugged.
He would get chugged to death. So I like the idea of bringing old-fashioned service back.
Yes, yes.
Because that has sadly died a death.
Yes.
Yeah, the high street is not what it used to
be. Captain Peacock.
Bring him back.
Yes. Miss Humphries.
Bring them all back.
Miss Brahms.
Yeah. It's that's the story I always tell when somebody asks me about selling. Yeah, and it's about the high street and service that you get on a high street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's for another time, and I'll go into that.
Yeah.
But it is a story about customer service and the customer getting what the customer wants because the salesperson, the shop assistant, asks a few basic questions about what the customer actually wants instead of trying to sell him half the shop.
Yes.
And then gives them what they asked for.
Absolutely.
It's dead simple philosophy. Works every time.
Yes.
Yeah. If you've got a customer in front of you, if you know nothing about that customer, you just try and flog them everything that you've got.
Yep.
It ain't going to work.
Absolutely.
If you find out a few very, very simple and basic things about that customer and what they're looking for, you have half a chance of selling to them. And it's as simple as that.
But the other issue is...
It's like the old, what does this car do? What does that car do? No, forget that. What colour car are you looking for?
Absolutely.
You're selling to a customer where colour is an issue and an important consideration.
What do you want this car to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be travelling up and down the motorway. You'll not be wanting a smart car then.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Something just leapt into my head. Oh, yes, yeah. The whole point of department
That's
stores...
called a thought.
Yes. The whole point of department stores was when you had lots of little stalls, if you like, and somebody went, we'll stick them all under one roof.
Yeah, brilliant.
And in my head, because I happened to be watching a programme about it the other day, that was kind of Howard's. The Howard's mentality was, we'll stick it all under one roof.
Yep.
Get it all under one roof, and then we'll give people exceptional service.
Yep.
But you've got plenty of places that've got things all under one roof.
Yeah.
It's good Asda.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying, imagine spending 10 grand in Asda. You would have half the shop.
You'd come out with...
But what I mean is, if you wanted everything under one roof, go to Costco. Yeah. You don't need to go to John Lewis or Debenhams or House of Fraser. And people tend to specialise, and I want to go clothing. I want to go to my clothing shop. I want to do such and such. I want to do such and such. So I don't know.
In principle, great idea.
Understand why they're doing it.
Unfortunately, for the vast majority of us, it's utterly pointless because we can't afford that.
Yes.
And really, I think they're on a hiding to nothing, to be fair.
Yep.
Because the people that can afford it won't shop there.
Yes. It's amazing if you do it right what people will pay for.
Yep.
Because I was watching a programme about Howard's the other day, and Howard's had their own stables because they used to deliver to the wealthy folk, and they used to deliver in a horse-drawn, trucky cabbage. Cabbage? It was a cabbage. Carriage, horse-drawn carriage, but not not with a princess in it. Like a truck, but pulled by horses.
Yes.
Are we getting the picture?
It wasn't.
Am I describing this very well?
It wasn't a cabbage.
It's like a truck, but it's pulled by horses. It's like a big delivery truck, but instead of having it's pulled by horses.
I tell you what it's like. I'll do this in my Mancunian accent already. It's a cat.
It's a cat and horses. With Howard's down the side, and men dressed impeccably in footman's outfits. When who was the Egyptian chap who bought Howard's?
Al Fayed.
When Al Fayed bought Howard's, he brought that back.
Brilliant.
He brought back delivery.
See, a sense of old-fashioned values.
Yes, exactly.
A sense of what people yearn for again. A sense of what people actually want
clock again. So what? Not only was it delivered within whatever it would be, 5 miles, whatever, it was done in a horse-drawn cabbage.
Cat.
But it just shows people were prepared to pay, and I'm guessing that would be megabucks. But Howard's does it right.
Wow.
Howard's does it right. Not sure if John Lewis.
I don't think they've got the kudos.
No,
to be able to pull it off.
Not anymore.
Well, nice try, John.
Yes, well done.
Mr. Lewis, is that his real name?
Well, do you know, it's funny you should mention that. I do remember having a conversation with somebody, and one of the group, a young lady is part of it, and this is years ago, we're probably 17 or 18, something like that, and we're all chatting, chat, and somebody went, oh, won't it be nice to be, Mr. Sainsbury's? Imagine how much money you'd have. Mr. Sainsbury's, be great, won't it, Mr. Sainsbury's? And somebody went, oh, yeah, Mr. Lewis. Can you imagine? Oh, the money you'd have. And this girl went, yeah, what about Mr. Brothers? Cole. It's not Cole Brothers. It's Cole Brothers. The Cole Brothers.
Oh, I love people like that.
I know, fantastic.
They just make your day, don't
it's
they?
Fantastic.
And then you can dine out on that for years.
Oh, dearie.
Anyway, that's one ticked
off. Talk about dining out. You know what I want?
I fancy
jam
a cuppa.
donut.
And a cup and a donut, do you think? Do you think so this time? What do you think?
Yes, I
It's
think so.
always time for a cup and a donut.
Yep.
Inshallah. We'll be back after this.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Warahmatullahi.
Wa
I was just about to missus.
barakatuh.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to let you finish the instruction again, and then go, missus. Oh. Do you know, we're going to move on very quickly because people are thinking, moving on. What? Trust me, you don't want to know. Trust me, listener.
This is not for the airwaves.
This
is
this
it?
one,
No.
not for the airwaves.
It's for the studio.
No,
What goes in the studio stays in the studio.
Except when that mic live is on.
Except when that big red light comes on in
Big
Mike
red light
Live.
comes on, it's like, oh, we need to think about what we're saying now. This is not how it should be. Oh.
Subhanallah.
Do you know what I do want to do?
Alhamdulillah. Go on.
What I do? Hang on a minute.
What do you want to do?
Want to get rid of that.
You've got your phone in your hand, which
Got my
means
phone in my hand
list items coming up.
It's a good one, this one.
Go
Do you
on.
know why?
Go on.
It proves that the two white Muslims are
Right.
always
Right.
Always.
Always have been, always will be.
Yes.
Inshallah. So, what are we
What
right
are we
about on this
time?
occasion?
Well, full enough, and people are already going, oh, it's going to be about alcohol. Yes.
As usual.
Yes.
Yep. We
it
are
is.
right.
It is.
Again.
Drunk passengers, foul threats to stewardess, forced Ryanair flight back to Manchester.
Alhamdulillah.
Think about that. Now, it starts with the word drunk.
Yeah.
Not happy.
No.
Not over the moon.
No.
Not sensible.
No.
Not, just prayed. Passengers, foul threats to stewardess, forced Ryanair flight back to Manchester. Drunk passengers, foul threats.
Yeah, the fact that they came back.
Think about that one.
I mean, what must be going on for a pilot to make a decision?
We're going back.
Forget about scheduling.
Yeah, we're going back.
Forget about the fact that I've got
You imagine the knock-on effect
just
of this.
it's massive. Knock-on effect is massive.
Unbelievable.
And for a plane to start turning round and
Yes.
coming back to
It's
an
also
airport where
dangerous.
it's just come from.
Yep.
You think, well, hang on a minute, that's going contra the flight path, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah,
The normal sequence of events.
Well,
So surely
they're gonna
it's
have to
also
reschedule.
going to have to circle around
Yep.
to get a landing slot.
because
and
there won't be a landing slot
except
because they have.
because they've
Let's
got.
say they're landing every 15 minutes.
Have you ever sat on the M60 in traffic and watched the planes coming in?
It's incredible.
Watch them coming.
Well,
It's like
watch it on TV.
every
They
30
line
seconds.
them up.
Every 30 seconds, they're coming in.
Off to the left, land
Land,
off to the
off,
right,
land,
off to the
off,
left,
land, off.
to the right.
Yep.
It is incredible, and they have to keep it going like that.
Amazing.
I remember after the tragic events of, we now know as 9/11.
Yep.
They grounded most of the flights.
Yes, they
certainly
did.
in America.
Yep.
And then they kind of ran out of space
Yes.
because there isn't. Planes spend 95% of the time in the air.
In the air. Yeah, they're not supposed to be on the ground.
They land, get sorted out,
Yep.
and take off again.
Yep.
They're only earning money when they're flying.
When they're flying, yeah.
They're losing money on the
ground.
ground.
Yep.
But when they tried to ground them all, they
Yep.
ran out of room.
Yeah,
They're
they would
not
do.
made
They
to
would
be on
do.
the floor. So if he's they're landing, taking off, taking off,
Yep.
and he's turning round, and he's got
To
to
come back.
slot back into that. So
Yeah, I
air
know.
traffic controller going, oh my goodness, yeah, we'll slot in here, we'll slot in here. All changes. Think about the other passengers on that flight.
Yeah. I've got a Connect flight.
Yeah.
When I get to wherever it was
Yep.
that we were flying, I've got another Connect flight. I've got to make
Let's
that.
say you're going
I've
away
got to
for
get
a
there.
week. Let's say you're going away for a week.
Your first day's gone.
First day's now gone.
Gone.
Because some woman, who we're not allowed to name, but Julie Morris,
Julie Morris.
launched a volley of expletives telling members of the cabin crew to
Off.
You on a flight to Ibiza, a
Oh, really?
was told.
Really?
But everybody else flying to Ibiza, they weren't doing that. And I know you can judge people based on where they went, but they weren't doing it.
I went to Ibiza once,
Oh, did you?
the club capital of the world.
Yes.
I did. And I went with my family and
Oh, wow.
another family that we used to go on holidays together with.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, who had children same age as ours.
Yeah.
And we used to get on really well as adults. The kids got on really well, and we used to go on holidays together.
Yes.
Brilliant. We all went to Ibiza. And I didn't see any clubs.
No.
I didn't see any foam parties or I didn't see any of that.
Is beautiful.
It was fantastic. It was a beautiful place. We hired a car, went to see the whole place, which only takes a day to see the whole island.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a stunning, beautiful place.
Yep.
The food at the hotel still ranks as one of the best holidays I've ever had in terms of the food that we ate. Yeah, it was just a lovely place.
Brilliant.
Lovely place, lovely people, and just great from start to finish. Did 2 weeks there, loved it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
this lady...
but
Oh, sorry.
so we went on a plane.
Oh, yes.
And we
yes,
caught
yes.
the plane from Manchester.
Yep.
And it was a budget flight, shall we say?
Yes, yes.
And we got on the plane. We flew and
Yeah.
we got off the other side, and everything was fine.
Yes.
Yeah. And but nowadays, it just seems there are all too many occurrences of drunk people
Yes.
kicking off
Yep.
and causing mayhem
Yes.
on flights.
If I quickly describe it, this lady was on board a Ryanair flight from Manchester Airport to Ibiza last month when shortly after takeoff she began screaming and shouting swear words through the cabin.
Subhanallah.
She was sat opposite a family with a baby.
Oh, stop it.
So the stewardess, to be fair to her, went to speak to her and ask her to calm down. It said staff suspected she was drinking alcohol that had been brought on board, and they asked her about it. However, Manchester Magistrate of course told her, saying rude things that I can't think. Ultimately, her saying, "I'm going to punch you. I'm going to." Oh, and so she was moved to another row, but continued to be disruptive. And the captain eventually said, "I'm sorry, to ensure the safety of the passengers, I've got to turn around."
Yeah.
I think
He's got to do, hasn't he? I
Yes,
mean, put
yes.
yourself in his position.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now-
he hears all that going on,
Absolutely.
and he has got to make a decision.
Yes.
If his decision is to continue to fly
Yep,
and something
anything
really bad
happens.
happens,
Exactly.
the book stops with him.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he's the captain of,
Yes,
of,
yeah.
of the plane.
And why should the stewardesses and the stewards have to deal with something
They
like
should never, ever have to
you know what I mean?
face
that?
anything
Can you
like
imagine
that.
if, I don't know, let's say it's a 3-hour flight. Imagine
Yep.
having to deal with that for 3 hours.
No chance.
You can't physically
No
restrain
chance.
them.
Those guys are great people.
Yes.
They're there to provide a service.
And they
provide that service.
Pride themselves on the
And
service
yes,
they
they do,
provide.
and so they
you can
should,
see it.
because it's brilliant
Yes,
what
and
they
you can
do.
see it in the faces.
They
Nothing's too much trouble.
their pay grade does not
Absolutely.
offer the.
human
They
beings.
should
They
never.
shouldn't be
They
having to
should
do this.
never ever have to face that kind of abuse.
And what do we say? How much alcohol is good for you?
None.
None.
Zero.
None. So the issue here is the alcohol.
Yes.
Not the lady. Also, seen a picture of her. She looks a picture. But that said,
You
I
could-
can't
you
help
could-
but think without the alcohol in her, she probably wouldn't have done all of that.
Yep. No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
So one of the issues.
You know how some people like to play games where they liken themselves to an animal. Yeah?
Yes.
I was like the three-toed sloth. In the opinion of some people that yeah.
Right.
My missus
And
was
it's
like
not because you're absent 2 toes.
my missus was a vulture. I can actually see it.
Circling. She's circling.
You know Chris and Karen.
Yes.
Karen was a meerkat, and you can see it.
Yes, you can see that. You can
Yeah.
see that.
Chris was a walrus.
Yes, you can see that. Oh my goodness.
Well, people like this woman on this flight,
yeah.
she is a Rottweiler.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the kind of non-domesticated, violent dog that
Frightening.
shouldn't
Yeah.
actually be bred
Yes.
and shouldn't actually be allowed on the streets. That's what this woman is.
Yep.
Whether she drinks or not,
Yes.
I think she's that kind of person.
But then when you add
Then
the alcohol
add
to
the
it,
alcohol,
yeah, and
it
that's the thing.
fuels
That's
the flames,
thing.
doesn't it?
That's
It
the
really
thing.
does.
To where she
Subhanallah.
simply wouldn't stop. So I think, number one, the issue is alcohol. But I think the biggest issue with regards to alcohol in airports is the readiness for people to drink at any time during the day.
Yeah.
At any time, which
Yep.
you wouldn't do in your normal life.
No.
You know what I mean? So even some sensible people go off the rails.
Of course
because
they
they
do.
get in there and the first thing they do is say, "Oh, let's have a drink.
Oh, start my holiday with
Oh,
as I
the
mean to
holiday
go
started.
on holiday.
We've checked the bags. My holiday's started." And they go straight to the bar.
I know, it's crazy.
And it might be 2 o'clock in the morning. It might be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It might be 7 o'clock
Do
in the
you know
morning.
where I go?
Go on.
I go straight to Boots.
Right.
Yeah, to buy the Euro adapter that I've forgotten.
Yeah, well, yes.
I always forget it.
Yeah, and then we actually get our breakfast or whatever it is from there.
My phone charger.
And then we find a quiet corner and we sit and eat. Because we don't want to eat in these places.
And sit and chat.
You're surrounded by people who are drunk. So
drunk.
We don't go to restaurants.
No, nor do I.
Or we go to, like, we treat the kids. I tell you what I say treat. I probably shouldn't use this word, but going to places like Turkey, and the kids saying, "Can we have a Burger King?"
Yeah,
and being able to say yes,
yes, you can.
So it is a little bit of a treat that they have this stuff that they see advertised that they don't normally have. But we try and stay away from these people. Being able to drink at any point during the day and people doing it is point number one, and then point number two is they just carry on.
When we went to Turkey for the first time,
yeah,
we're in a relatively small town,
yep,
and they all know each other in the town, don't they? All the restaurateurs, they know who's coming,
yeah,
and they'll on your way past the following night, they'll still wave at you and say hi, how are you? Because they remember you from the previous night, and you just walk past and walk to the next restaurant. You'll live to eat again. And live to tell the tale. But every single night, that we were out, I would part way through the meal, so between starter and main course, I'd be saying, "Excuse me, it's Maghrib time, and I need to pray.
Do you have a prayer room?
Do you have a prayer room?"
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, brother, we don't. We don't. But you can pray just around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they put a mat down or a piece of cardboard down, and I'd just pray on my own, usually, or with the kids behind me and the missus. And I'd pray, and that's it. And I very, very quickly, in fact, it was 3 nights in, that the entire town knew that if I sat in their restaurant, I would want to pray.
Wow.
So they got a space ready for me.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
How cool is that?
That is amazing.
And, you talk about these idiots that get out into these restaurants, and the first thing that they order, I'll have a beer and a bottle of wine, I'll have this, that and the other, and the drinks start lining up and piling up.
Yeah.
And they're drunk and disorderly whilst eating their evening meal, which I find absolutely appalling.
And then pushing a pram.
Subhanallah.
Again, don't get started, because we
subhanallah,
could go on.
subhanallah,
Should we just
please.
stick with two white Muslims are right? Because two white Muslims say how much alcohol is good for you?
0.
Where do we get that from?
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allah
tells us
Allah,
that. And we've spoken about it at length, and
many
no
times.
intentions of speaking about it at length now, other than to say, there you go.
We're
when
right
we say
again.
the two white Muslims are right, only because we're quoting.
No. When we say the two white Muslims are right, it's because we just are.
Yeah, well, yes, there is that too. There is that as well.
Alhamdulillah.
Goodness. How much is good for you?
None. Shall we do some of this?
I think we should.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. These breaks just don't last long enough.
No, they don't.
I tell you what, we need more ads.
Yes.
We need more nasheeds. We need them to be longer.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can get. I mean, you didn't even get a chance to put the kettle on.
Nope, not this
Crazy.
time. No, we didn't.
Next time, inshallah.
Inshallah. Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm like if I start running out of tea.
Yes.
Yeah, I run out of things to say.
Yeah.
And that's not good on talk radio.
It's not good on talk radio, that. You kind of need topics.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about the
hazelnuts in every bite.
What's a hazelnut in every bite? No.
What was the squirrel called? Come on, here's a memory test for you.
It had a name.
Of course it had a name.
Did it?
What was the squirrel called on the topic advert?
I don't know.
Toby.
Was he?
It was indeed.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Toby the squirrel.
I remember Tufty. He used to help me cross the road.
Yes.
But Toby. Oh no, I didn't. Right. Okay.
I had the Green Cross man.
Ah yes, yes. Remember the Tufty Club?
In my time.
I had a handkerchief. I had a kerchief.
Did you?
With Tufty on it. I did.
Nice.
Yes.
Have you still got it?
No. That was a long time ago.
It's the kind of thing that you'd actually still have.
It is possibly the kind of thing I would have. Or when I got to be a teenager, I would have thrown away, like I did all of my Star Wars
stuff, which is now worth hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Dear,
all gone.
Dear. Oh.
In a skip in Sheffield once.
Goodness.
Dear
but
me.
talking about things having worth.
Yeah, value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You constantly tell me, and it's true, time is an illusion.
It is.
And I'm buying into that now.
It is.
Time is just an illusion.
Absolutely is.
As an example, I I'm getting on a bit.
I've finally noticed, have you?
I've finally noticed I'm getting on a bit, especially...
Are your knees creaking a bit?
My knees creak, my back. Oh, my goodness. I can't get into a chair without going, or out of one without going, So I'm that age.
You are that old, man.
I'm that
Do you know
age.
what I really, really like?
Go on.
I like the sound of knees at Fajr time.
Oh,
Yeah, when you're in a line at Fajr.
Crack,
all
yeah.
the knees start clicking all at once
yeah.
as you start go down into
Absolutely,
Fajr. It's so
absolutely.
funny. So funny.
It's brilliant. But yes, so
It shows the average age of mosque attendees, doesn't
yes,
it, really?
It does.
Yeah, when you just get a line of clicky knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some younger people in
do.
there.
We
Yeah,
do, with oiled knees.
we're gonna have to talk about this at some stage, aren't we?
Yes.
Because I noticed this back in my pre-Muslim days.
Yes.
Yeah, when I used to go to church.
Yes.
And the average age of attendees in church was
60 something.
60 plus.
Oh, maybe more. Right? Okay. Yeah.
Higher than that.
Yeah.
Higher. At what stage did they get kids in? When they dragged them in,
When they
had to drag me in.
as kids.
Yep.
And then when they hit 60, and they
Yeah,
suddenly
exactly.
thought,
Oh, I better find this religion
I
thing again.
better get into this.
Yeah,
as I
absolutely.
once heard, W.C. Fields.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that on his deathbed, he was caught reading the Bible, not the Quran, to be fair, but the Bible.
Yep.
And somebody went, "Oh my goodness, W.C. Fields has found religion. What are you doing?" And he just turned the page and went, "Loopholes."
Oh no!
So when people reach a certain age, I think it is a case of, I better learn about this. I'm knocking on the door. Shall we say? I'm knocking on the door. But yeah, time is an illusion, because I'm of a certain age where my knees might hurt, my back might hurt, and I look in the mirror and think, who's that old bloke looking back at me?
Yeah.
Yet,
Yeah.
in my head,
I'm still 12.
yeah, 15.
Yeah. Well,
15.
whatever.
In my head, it's still 1986. 15 years old.
I'm about 1980, to be fair.
Yeah, there we go.
79, 80.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
So when people say things like,
I
it
was 16.
happened in 1990, I go, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's not long ago.
It's not.
I know.
It's nearly 30
Stop
years
it!
ago.
Stop it! Don't tell me that!
You know
Don't
what
tell
I
me
mean?
that! You make me
It's
nervous.
incredible. And I've been running a training course, and I go, da, 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 and I started work at such a, because I don't introduce myself. I get everybody else to introduce themselves, and they don't want to hear about me. And then somebody say, "Oh, just tell us a bit about you." Well, I started work at such and such.
Yeah.
And once this kid stopped me and went, "So you mean you started work before I was born?" And I do believe I might have sworn.
Gutter mouth.
Get out!
Gutter
Get
mouth.
out! But yeah, but I don't feel it. I don't think I am it. So time is simply an illusion.
The older you get, the faster it goes.
Yes.
That's what my mum used to tell
Yeah,
me.
and
And I
it's
used to think, what a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, she was bang on.
She's absolutely right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know why?
You've told me. Go on, remind me.
I'm going to tell you again then.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll tell the story about my daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter, when she was 4,
Yes.
it was a long time ago now, but when she
Yeah.
was 4,
Yeah.
we gave her one of these parties. And she
Yes.
invited all her classmates round
Yeah.
and all her neighbourhood friends round into one of these wacky warehouse type places.
Brilliant.
And then they had a separate room that they can go in and have the party food and the cake
absolutely.
and candles and happy birthday, and off they went.
Yes.
Yeah. And she loved it.
Yeah.
She thought that was fantastic.
Yes.
And she said, "Dad, when I'm 5, can I have another party?" I went, "Of course you can."
Yeah.
Yeah. So about a week later,
Yeah.
she says, when will I be 5?
Yeah.
I said,
I'm
"Well,
having a party tomorrow.
you've a long way to go yet,
Yeah.
love. Don't
Yeah.
wish your time away. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. But when the time comes, we'll have another party for you."
Yes.
A couple of weeks after that, it was like, am I nearly 5 yet?
Yeah.
No, love, you're not.
Yeah.
There's a long way to go yet. Don't worry about it. We'll tell you when the time's coming.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was almost like every single day, it was like, when will I be 5?
Yes.
Because she had 1/4 of her life to live again
Yes.
to be
Before-
5.
Yes.
It's a quarter of her life
Yep.
span
So
to
as a
live again.
proportion, that's a massive
25%
amount.
of her life had to be lived again.
Yes.
Yeah? Huge.
Yes.
I've now got 1/56th
Yes.
of my life to live again before my next birthday.
Absolutely.
It's a tiny fraction.
Yes.
Whereas it was a huge fraction for her,
Yes.
it's a tiny fraction for me.
Absolutely.
And as you get older, the fraction reduces.
Yes.
And it becomes smaller. So the proportion of your life that you have to live again before you reach another 1-year milestone
Yes.
appears to have gone quicker
Absolutely.
because it's a smaller proportion of
Yes.
your overall experience.
Absolutely.
So reducing fractions
Yes.
is what the thing is.
Yep.
And the reality is that the sun comes up and the sun goes down.
So
It's
time
still 24 hours.
is the same.
Still says the same.
Exactly.
But your perception of it
Yes.
and your feeling of it is that
Yeah.
it's getting faster.
And the other thing being that when
You
when
are
you're young,
racing towards your grave as
Well,
people,
yes,
people,
yes,
such
yes.
happy folk,
Well, but it's
happy
so
folk,
true. It's so true.
racing.
The other thing being, as a child, everything is new.
Yeah,
So it kind of, each day feels long because everything in it is new.
exciting.
Where once you've done it like 10,000 times, or whatever it might be, 20,000 times,
No.
all of a sudden...
I still never tire of my cup of tea.
Well, no,
Talking
go
of
on.
which, are we? No, not yet. Not yet. A
but
bit way to
all
go
of a
yet.
sudden, all of a sudden, they go a little bit faster because these things aren't new. You're kind of doing the same thing over and over and over. So it's not that the day might last as long,
Yeah.
but it's your remembering the day
Right.
that doesn't, because the day just disappears. Because you might think, what happened last year? What did happen last year? I think I went on holiday. You can't remember. Whereas as a
Right.
kid, I started school, I did this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went to- so you remember more. So the year seems bigger, and it seems smaller as you get older.
Yep.
So time is very much an illusion.
Yep.
So is money.
Okay.
Now, you've told me this, and you're no doubt going to tell me again.
I am.
But the thing that absolutely reinforced it for me, where your brain just goes, huh? No, hang on a minute. When you sit down and think about this, it doesn't make any sense. Have you seen the thing about 50p's?
Okay.
It seems to be all over. It's in every newspaper. It's certainly on Google News.
Yeah.
There's one every day where it says 50 pence piece sold for £460.
Right.
50 pence piece sold for £99. Do
Yep.
you have one of these 50p's? It could be worth
Yep.
£10 or
Yep.
something. And there was the Peter Rabbit one.
Yeah.
So they had a picture of Peter Rabbit on it, and collectors are paying more for that one.
Yes.
Right. That 50p should only be worth 50p.
Yes.
So how can that 50p be worth £100?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's 50p.
Yes.
It's 50p.
Yes.
So it can only be worth more if money is an absolute nonsense. It can't be worth more. How much is that? It's 50p.
Look, hang
but
on a
I
minute.
want it. No,
Wait
it's
a minute,
50p.
wait a minute.
No, but
You-
I want it. I want it more than you, so I'll pay more for it.
You have used the words there. If money is.
Yeah. Should we just
No.
scratch the if?
Just take the if out of
Yeah.
that
It's
sentence.
just a nonsense.
It's nonsense.
I can
Money
understand
is nonsense.
a really, really old one that's no longer in production being worth more, because then you're talking about scarcity.
Well, this particular one that's worth the money,
Yeah.
there were only a certain number of those minted,
Yeah.
and therefore it is scarce.
Right.
In the money supply, it's scarce.
But it's still...
So, and there are people that collect coins.
Yes.
I don't know why they collect coins.
I get that. It's up to them, innit?
Yeah, it's up to them.
Yeah.
I don't get that because I don't.
People used to collect stamps.
I know, and I kind of get that as well. My granddad did, my uncle did.
People used to collect the numbers on railway engines.
Trains.
Trains.
Train spotting.
Yeah, train spotting.
Yeah, I used to say, there's one.
Yeah. I've spotted one.
Pointing at the
Yeah.
train going
But the
fast.
thing is, that's when trains were really pretty.
Yeah.
And now they just...
Oh, you had your...
People still do it.
You
They
had
say,
your...
I've seen 44784747392.
That would have been...
Was it?
That would have been a
It's the same as
peak.
the other one.
No, that would have been a peak.
There you go.
It's a type of diesel engine.
Right, okay.
Type of diesel engine.
Okay.
And it was a unique shape. And it was called a peak.
Right.
And the category was 47 for peaks. Yeah, it's like
Right,
if you saw a 5.5,
Right.
you would be looking at a Deltic. And there were only 13 of those ever manufactured.
Okay, now that...
Yeah. If you were
would be
talking
worth seeing.
about... If you were talking about the serial 42, you'd be talking about a standard.
Okay. Are you making all this up?
No. No. I was that train spotter.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was, yes.
But did you go and watch the diesel stuff?
Yes.
Okay. And you say you don't understand why people might collect coins?
I have no idea why people
But
collect
isn't that
coins.
interesting? Because
Look, you can't get on a coin and go somewhere.
no,
A coin will not whiz past and make an incredible noise as it does.
because-
A coin will not carry hundreds of passengers the length and breadth of the country.
Very true.
A coin will not do that.
Very true.
A coin will just sit in a drawer somewhere, and you
Yes.
get it out sometimes and look at it. You might polish it and put it back again.
Yep.
I don't get it.
I don't understand people collecting silver and stuff like that, but they do.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
But-
people collect all sorts of things.
Well, I'm going to say
All manner of things.
people would think. Well, you mean you would like to start another Star Wars memorabilia collection? Yes, I
Yes,
would. Why? Because
yes.
I threw one away as a child.
Now,
That's why.
I'm going to absolutely astonish you now. Are you
Yeah.
ready?
You're going to show me one, aren't you?
There you go. Do you want that?
There it is. I do. That's a 50p with Peter Rabbit on it, which is apparently worth more than 50p.
Do you want this one?
Is that another one with 50? Ah, you see, to be fair, because the kids have started looking for stuff like this now. Yes, that's a 1066 one. Brilliant.
Do you want this one?
You get, oh my God. Because you get £2. Oh, that's, I can't see. I haven't got my glasses on. It looks like a cat.
Tom Kitten.
Tom Kitten. Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
The kids have just got this some.
Do you want this one?
World War II. What's this?
You can have that as well.
Have you been collecting them?
You can have that. That's Jeremy Fisher.
Oh, look at that.
They're all 50p's.
Well, the thing is, yes.
These are the 50p's that are worth more than 50 pence.
We're worth more than 50 pence and therefore prove that. Because, as I say, I can understand if they weren't in circulation anymore, but they're in circulation, therefore it's worth 50p.
Do you want Benjamin Bunny?
Oh, my goodness. Why have you got all these in your bag?
Because you told me once.
Oh, I did.
that your kids
I did.
are looking for them.
Bless
So
you.
I kind of saved them.
Oh, look at these. What's
So,
this one?
That's a Benjamin Bunny again. And
That's
another Tom
Little
Kitten.
Peter Rabbit. Oh,
yeah.
would you look
So,
at this?
There you go.
Because they do. They now collect them.
There's a present for your kids.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much
Easy.
indeed. Oh, you are such a nice man.
Of course. I've got duplicates of those at home.
And I'll now give you, because they are worth, well, there's £3.50 there, but the kids
Oh,
think
no, there isn't.
There's £6,000. And they do keep saying, so if I sold that, Daddy, could
It's
I
all
buy
right.
a car?
It's all right. I'll be invoicing you at the end of the month.
But for what? For 50p each? Or, this is where it blows your mind.
Well,
If
here
you
we go.
actually
Here we
sit
go.
and-
Are you
if
ready?
Actually sit and think about it.
From a Muslim perspective,
Yeah.
how could I sell you that for more
exactly.
than it's actually worth?
But what is it worth?
Oh yeah, I
That's
know.
the
And
thing.
this is where it gets
That's
all
the-
cloudy and a
that's
bit
where it
bit
gets-
freaky.
It's mind-blowing stuff.
Bit freaky.
Because surely
But
it says 50p on it.
that token is all a coin is a token.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean back in the day we had no coins or anything. We used to
Yes.
barter, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we
So
did.
so how many grains of barley can I get for this rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many sheep will it cost me to get that
To get that,
Range Rover or whatever? You know what I mean? I think I might have mixed my metaphors there a little bit.
I think.
But
Can you imagine going down to Guy Salmon's now saying Land Rover dealers and
yes,
saying,
yeah, I've got 40,000 sheep. Is that what will that get me? 40,000 seems like a lot now. Now that I said it out loud.
It does.
But yes.
40,000.
So how can a 50p be worth more than?
I bet you.
Come here.
I bet you.
Come by. As you herd him into Guy Salmon's forecourt with your dog. Come by.
How many dogs? 40,000.
That'd stop traffic, wouldn't it? Which apparently not
Stop
illegal.
the entire town.
Not illegal. Do you remember when the lorry drivers did the protests?
Yeah.
Was that about? God, that's probably 20 years ago.
That's about 20 years, yeah.
They should have done it with sheep because sheep not illegal.
That's right.
Not illegal. They should have had sheep
on
wandering
the
up
M1.
and down the M1. Oh, I actually remember that happening, and I was stood on the M18 approaching the M1, and completely stationary, and on the other side of the road, nothing, because they'd obviously stopped that as well.
Yep.
It was complete deadlock.
Yep.
Somebody got a football out, so guess what we did?
Play football.
We played football.
Why
on
wouldn't you?
The
On the
other
motorway.
carriageway.
Oh, brilliant.
So I played football on the M18.
Fantastic. Oh, brilliant.
It's incredible.
Brilliant.
But I remember at the time thinking, no, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. They are standing up for our rights. They're absolutely right. There is absolutely no way on God's beautiful green earth that a litre of petrol should be more than 90p or whatever it was we were complaining about. You know what it is now?
It's about £1.20, is it? I don't know.
Oh
I
my
lose track.
goodness!
I lose track.
Oh my goodness!
I know. It's costing me a good £15 more to fill my tank up than it did.
See, this is my. I remember my dad saying it's a conspiracy theory when they moved from gallons to litres.
Yeah.
He said it's a conspiracy theory. So why is that? He said because they would never pay £2 a gallon.
Yeah.
He said, but they're paying that. You're just paying 50p a litre.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
50p a litre.
whatever, yeah.
I think it's 50p a litre at the time, which is £2 a gallon.
Yeah.
We're now, if you do it per gallon, at like £6.
£8 or something?
£8 a gallon, £6 a gallon. It's lunacy. 4.544 gallons in a...
And
so
how much of that is tax?
It's about £6.
How much of that is tax?
Oh, 86%.
Something, yeah.
Massive amount.
How much does the garage earn?
By
On
all
the
accounts,
forecoat?
not a huge amount. I mean, obviously a lot
pennies.
because
Pennies.
there's a huge amount going through.
Yeah, it's pennies.
But of the about 86% of it is tax. Tax. So what we should be doing is selling 50p's. How can a 50p be worth more than a 50p?
Because somebody thinks it is.
Because somebody thinks it is.
It's like what?
So
what?
therefore, money is an illusion.
Why does anything have any value at all?
Because somebody says that's what it's worth.
Somebody wants it and is prepared to pay what they believe or perceive it to be worth.
Yes.
That's all. That is what an economy is based on.
Yep.
It's what people perceive value.
Yes.
Yeah, the perceived value of things.
Yes.
Now, money itself has no value. Because as I said before, it used to be based on metal, gold and silver reserves that the bank actually held in its vaults.
Yes. So in effect, if you were carrying a £5 note, you were carrying the equivalent of £5 sterling
of weight of gold or silver.
Yes.
Yeah, and the
it
bank
was almost
had
like a
that.
promissory note.
The bank had it in reserve.
Yes.
It reserved all the gold bars that used to be held in the vaults.
Yeah.
You've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
They don't have it anymore.
I've seen Brewster's Millions.
They don't have it anymore.
No.
They sold it.
Gone.
Yeah. Gordon Brown sold a very lot of it.
It doesn't matter.
Just
we now have a thing
the
called
economy.
gearing.
Yes.
For every £1 that's in a bank account, we can lend £7 out.
Yes.
Therefore, and then it just blows your mind.
Yes, it does.
Because it means that there's actually more money in the computers.
So when we talk about
even exists in the computers.
When we talk about debt.
Yeah.
I don't like being in debt. I mean, from time to time, I get myself into it because I need to buy a car.
Yeah.
I need to, etc., etc.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't like it. Yep. I don't like it at all, and I'll do as much as I can to get myself out of it as soon as I can.
Absolutely.
Okay. But the country is in debt.
Yes.
The country has to borrow money.
Yes, absolutely.
Borrow money.
Yes.
And on that borrowed money, it has to pay what?
Interest.
And capital. So it pays it back.
Yes.
But it also pays an amount of interest above.
Yes.
Yeah. So the country is in debt and paying interest.
Yes.
Yeah. So when we say as Muslims, we don't do interest.
Right.
We don't entertain interest.
In effect, we are, because our tax money is
we are all peppered by it. We are peppered by
That's
interest.
depressing.
We can't avoid it because of the world that we live in.
Yes.
It's a world of debt-based and interest-based
it's
economies.
Debt-based and interest-based economies, yes.
So we can't really avoid that. We can avoid it personally, but we can't avoid it in the grand scheme of things.
Yes. Yeah.
So when I talk to people, people used to ask me, "What do you do for a living?"
Yeah.
Well, I work for a financial services company.
Yes.
I do retail financial services sales. So I talk to people about investments and pensions and life insurance and those kinds of things.
Yes.
And people say, well, that's haram.
Yeah.
I have to say, I know it is. But I was into that before I became Muslim.
I'm working my way out of it.
And I'm doing as much as I can to get out of it. But it's taking some time because I am very good at this.
Yeah.
It pays very well, and I've got a family to support.
Dig ditches.
I've got a family to support.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? Just jack it all in and leave my family out in the cold? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So, and also all sorts of the guilt that I felt. Was absolutely awful.
Can we just say you have brought yourself to a point where you have been able to.
I am now out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, when I performed Hajj.
Yeah.
The one of the biggest parts of my dua to Allah was to please get me out of what I'm doing. Make my income halal. Make my income halal.
Yeah.
Make my income halal.
Yeah,
and now it is.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. I'm there. You know, and we didn't have to really struggle and suffer along the way. It's just been a natural process where I've swapped and switched switched things that I do. So alhamdulillah, that all that dua is now answered.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing how we've said duas are answered in 3 different ways?
Absolutely.
Number 1 is Allah says yes.
Yes.
Number 2, Allah says yes, but not yet. We'll do that later.
Yeah.
Or Allah says, I've got a better plan for you.
So yes, but here's something better.
It's better.
Yes.
So I got answer number 2.
Yes.
Yes, but not yet.
Yeah.
And it's now happened.
We're working on it.
Alhamdulillah. So that's great. But you know, the people that used to point the finger and say that's haram.
Yes.
Some of these people work for the council.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Council.
Yeah.
Well, who pays them?
Local government. Council. The council.
What money do they have?
They get tax money.
It's all borrowed.
Oh.
It's all borrowed, and they're paying interest on it.
Oh wow! Which is why it
So
all went a bit
so your
peaked on
money, so your income,
Iceland or whatever it was.
your income,
yes,
yeah, is that halal?
I strive to make my income halal. Yes.
No, I'm talking about when these people used to say to me, your
I see what you mean.
haram.
Yes.
Well, hang on a minute, is yours any different?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I work for the NHS.
Yeah.
Well, who pays that?
Yeah.
It's the government. Well, that's all debt then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're paying interest on it.
Yeah.
So
true.
Is that halal? You know,
Yeah.
and you have to look at every aspect of where the money came from to pay your wage, to identify whether that is right or wrong.
Yeah. And all you can do in the interim is everything in your power to facilitate
to cleanse your money.
Absolutely.
Cleanse your income.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
and inshallah, Allah will take care of the rest.
Inshallah.
We hope.
But money having no value, it is a fact.
Yes.
Because it used to be based on gold reserves.
Yep.
It is no longer based on that.
Yes.
There is no metal backing up.
There's no
the
nothing
value
of substance
of that
it's
promissory
just
note.
Ones and zeros.
It's utter nonsense.
In a computer system.
Nonsense.
It is extraordinary.
Nonsense.
I wish somebody put a few more ones and zeros on mine.
Well, one day, inshallah, one day,
we shall
your risk has already been
well,
written.
exactly.
Well, you will get what you get,
yes.
and you will not get 1 penny more or 1 penny less than what has been written for you.
Exactly.
And a friend of mine said, I've got this opportunity to get a possible promotion. Promotion.
Yeah.
It's going to take me to Glasgow.
Yes.
Yeah. And I said, how's your dad? He said, he's not good. He's failing. He's not good. You know this gentleman as well. Yeah. So he's not good. He's not in the best of health at all. And it's like, I said, okay. So do you need to be in Glasgow then, or do you need to be around here?
Yeah.
He went, I know this is what I'm trying to work out and establish.
Yeah.
I said, okay. So. And he said, if I go to Glasgow, it's longer hours, and it's harder work. I said, look, if you stay here, your risk has been written.
Yeah.
If you go to Glasgow and work all those long hours, you will not earn a penny more than what has already been written for you. And if you choose to stay here with your family and look after your dad, you're not going to earn a penny less.
Wow.
And he just went,
what a way
and
to
he's
view
an alim. And sometimes you just get your judgment clouded by dunya things.
By things happening around
dunya
you.
things.
Absolutely.
And he just went, thank you.
Went to Glasgow. Wow, no, that's amazing.
His dad's better.
What a way.
His dad's better.
Isn't that
Alhamdulillah. You know who this is.
Yeah,
you know who this is.
Absolutely.
And who would not want to be around his dad,
Yeah.
So, he made his decision based on the fact that whether he does or doesn't, it doesn't make any difference.
Yes.
What's written for him is written wherever he might be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah. So he kind of got that.
Yes.
Got it.
Amazing.
Got it.
So money, 50p, worth 300 quid. Isn't that amazing? Get your head around that.
Just madness.
Boats float. How does that work? You know what I mean?
Planes take off and fly.
Planes fly. How's that work? Come
Just
on.
weird things happen in this world.
It's a nonsense.
Anyway, shall we crack on with some of this
after this.
instead?